you look at the timestamp and you're wondering if I just forgot the mini in the video title, this isn't going to be a mini review. This video isn't a long one, but I'm honestly going to share my complete thoughts about it. And just a heads up, even though this is not a mini review, I'm not going to follow the usual structure my full reviews follow. For the kind of game this is, it was very difficult to fit into that template. Now let's talk about the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. The murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. What kind of name is that? Is this some kind of joke? Yes, it's an April Fool's joke. Well, the game is, not this video. But of all April Fool's pranks Sega has done, this is easily the best one. This came out as a big surprise last year. A quote-unquote prank devised by Sega's social media team. A project they spent around 1 year developing. This is not a Sonic Team game, but it did get the approval of the series producer Takashi Iizuka and a few key staff members from Sonic Team. And as you can guess from the title alone, this plays nothing like a conventional Sonic game. It's Amy's birthday, and to celebrate, Sonic and some of his friends are taking part in a murder mystery game. I mean, you know, like the murder mystery parties we do in real life. This is a murder mystery game about a murder mystery game, if you will. Please tell me you got this, I can't explain it any better. Anyway, the birthday murder mystery party takes place in a train, and the player controls a character unique to this game, the conductor's assistant, who they can name anything they want. This is a character with their own personality and dialogue lines, by the way, they're not a player avatar. When the party begins and everyone gets ready to play their given roles, something goes wrong. The train suddenly speeds up and causes the player character to be thrown into the storage and black out. They wake up trapped with Amy and Tails, and all three work together for a little while to escape. Once they're free to explore the train again, the player character finds Sonic unconscious in the dining car. Concluding Sonic is the victim of the murder mystery, Amy decides she wants to investigate on her own, while Tails lets the player character hang with him as his detective partner. The game is a visual novel where you talk to characters, interact with the background to find clues or anything that can trigger a conversation, and then you use those clues to find out if the characters are telling the truth about their alibi. The final goal is, of course, to find out who killed Sonic. Just, keep in mind this is all make-believe. If you played any of the Ace Attorney games or the Danganronpa games, you can think of this as a simplified version of that kind of gameplay. Definitely more towards Ace Attorney. Once you gather enough clues, Tails will let you know you're ready to interrogate someone. Interrogation involves talking to a suspect, hearing their side of the story and confronting their claims with the evidence you found or picking a correct answer. The player character will have to sort their thoughts about the evidence presented by completing a ring collecting minigame in their mind. Look, don't ask, Sherlock Holmes has his mind palace, Train Employee Kun can have their mind endless runner. Any of the challenges presented come with endless chances to get the correct answer using the right clue or clearing the minigame. This is not a game that's out to punish you. The ring minigame, or Dream Gear as the game calls it, does get more challenging the further you go, but if you fail to collect enough rings you can get to try the same section again and again until you make it. You can also make the minigame easier in the options menu if you really want. And that's it for the gameplay features. Again, this is a visual novel, most of the value you get comes from the writing. There is a lot of quirk and humor to keep you interested in reading everything characters have to say, even when the conversations don't move your progress forward. There were a few people serving as lore specialists or character supervisors to make sure every character was written in a way that wouldn't be, out of character. I'm not a Sonic superfan, I just like the video games and not all of them, but even I can appreciate how characters like Espio, Vector, Rouge, and Blaze are depicted. Nobody is overbearing or flanderized for sake of making it funny. Since Sonic doesn't get to talk a lot, most of your interactions are with the other characters. This game gives them a lot of room to shine and get some much needed development they can't have in traditional entries. Sonic and Amy themselves act and talk a lot like their Japanese selves from the main series of games, which I think is a good thing. This game made me like all these characters in a way none of the other Sonic games I played before were able to do. Even if you're someone who thinks Sonic games should be just Sonic, Tails and Knuckles, or Sonic's friends suck, I'm almost sure you're gonna like this game. There are only two things you need to have a good time with the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. You need to be into visual novels or linear point-and-click adventures, and you need to like fun, lighthearted, good writing that pretty much works for all ages. Being a fan of Sonic is a big plus, sure, you appreciate all the references and characters more, but it's not necessary. Gaming industry April Fools are usually fake news articles, trailers and videos of footage of games that aren't in the actual development, fake commercials, those sorts of things. The murder of Sonic the Hedgehog isn't that. This is essentially a wholesome April Fool's game made by a social media team at Sega who are very passionate about the franchise and its characters. Made by fans for fans. And the best of all, it's completely free. You can just go to the store on Steam and add it to your library. It's restricted to PCs, but you don't need any kind of expensive gaming rig to run it. It's a very simple game. It might be redundant to make a review of a game that anyone can download for free, but the circumstances of this release are so unique I just had to talk about it. As always, thank you for watching and take care.